Haha.
Eric,
I did it this time, suckers.
See what happens when you give him power?
Yeah,
that's right.
He's gone off on his own. He's gone into business for himself. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm sorry. I'm getting my pages set up here. Man, it's been a long week. It's this Tuesday. But I've been sick since Saturday. So the fact that I'm here is a testament to how great I am. It is. But I haven't done anything. I was supposed to work on a new intro and everything. Nope. No. I was
supposed to show up last night for It Came From Webtoon.
Yeah. In fact, this show afterwards, I'm knocked out. I medicated enough to crawl up here to the computer, so we'll see how this goes. Hello, everybody out there. We got a great panel here for you tonight, and we got our brand of tomfoolery when it comes to the questions. They are here as well in the chat. Nita Lanning says, "Good evening, IndieVolt. Good evening. Hail, Nita. IndieVolt, when you want to be independent at the moment." Yeah. And it's funny you bring that up, Joe, because that's actually we have a question that's related to that. So we'll talk about that. I'm gonna roll the intro, and you guys sit tight, and we'll come back and do introductions. I believe that's what we're gonna do.
I got it. If you don't have it, you got it.
Oh yeah, I have it. There we go.
You got it.
I got it.
Let Josh do
it. The following program contains violence, disturbing imagery, nudity, and, oh my God, why are you even watching this? Just run away. This shit is going to give you nightmares. For real. The program is rated TV MA NSFW OMFG GAF TTV BYGAS. Why are you still here? Seriously, don't watch this. We can't warn you strongly enough. Do you need a doctor of some kind? What is the matter with you?
It's a revolt. The masses will hear. In the vault, let the people cheer. It's in the vault. The ghost, the vault, the ghost starts here.
Hello, everyone. It is us here. Good old IndieVolt. It's Varian Grant, founder of IndieVolt Media LLC. Been making comics since for a long time. What a long time that is. I feel like I'm old. It's not cool. And
you look like it too.
Yeah, man. Today, listen. This last 4 days beat the hell out of me. So I'm ready for Sunny Acres. I am a father, husband, geek, video gamer, comic book artist, creator, reluctant taxpayer, all that good stuff. What is that? Did anybody hear that?
I think it's Josh's stomach.
No, sorry guys.
Sounded like it.
That's okay.
No, I'm good. Apologies.
Who's live from a fish tank?
And of course, this is IndieVolt. I am not joined by the Indie Princess tonight. She is taking tonight off. She does not feel well, but she'll be returning very soon. So who knows? She might even be in the chat lurking around. So next to my immediate right is Mr. Dreaded Dinosaur, Eric Hodson.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I do a shoe cam, but my flip-flops are kind of boring, so I guess IndieCron will have to sponsor next week. Hi, my name is Eric Hodson. I am at Dreaded Dinosaur on all the social medias. Creative Roddy Piper and the Kilted Avenger, which is which is this over here, and creative Dreaded Dinosaur Man on Webtoon and Tapas, which you can check out there, and also colorist for Arrow Comics, and host of It Came From Webtoon on Mondays with Varian when he's able to show up, and that's a fun show here on the IndieVolt Network. Happy to be back. Let's rock this live wire.
Rocking this live wire.
Mr. Zim, who are you?
Hey, everybody. I'm Randy Zimmerman. I'm a longtime, and I mean longtime, independent and alternative comics creator, distributor, everything. I've done about everything in this direct market for many decades, a lot of experience. And right now I'm working very hard on bringing Arrow Comics back to the direct market. We just closed out a great campaign for the iNDIE VOLT Revolt book that I am assembling a print file for, even as, well, not as we speak, but right now, and as well as getting other books ready for press. So looking forward to that. Go over to the Facebook Arrow Comics channel for more information, and we are spreading our social reach out to Instagram and Twitter and as Arrow Comics, so go look for us there as well. Plus, I'm really happy to be part of the iNDIE VOLT Radio Network.
Liberating all those creators out there.
Yes.
I might even say untying them.
Giving them some independence.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Next, in the chat, Hail, Indie Princess, Hail, Pop from Comic Book Talk. No love for Eric. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do the intro. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I just didn't get around to it this week. Hello, Trish Benson in the chat. Hello,
Hello, Trish.
Hey yo, survey says Pops. Buy the dip pop. That's what. And we'll go next to Josh Lyman, who has not been here for some time.
I know. I've been running around doing everything. I can, at least. So, hey, everybody. My name is Josh Lyman. I draw stuff when people pay me, and then I draw stuff for me whenever I get the chance afterwards. Keeping it nice, short and simple. Either way, you put things like Aspen Comics and things like that, people just suddenly start getting judgy.
And Miss April.
He has an excellent point, but I'm still gonna name drop a little bit. Hi, I'm April Reyna. I can be found on Instagram and Facebook under Reyna Art, R-E-Y-N-E. I've got an active Kickstarter currently at the moment called Rising Tides, and it's an art book that is nothing but mermaids. It's probably going to be like 40 some odd pages long, maybe longer. Super excited about that. But I also do comics and sketch cards and all kinds of other stuff. And this year I've been focusing on cover art, which is a whole new beast.
Very cool. And we'll look at our Rising Tides. We've seen it before. We're going to look at it again, see where you're at, catch up with that campaign. And Brian is back with us after quite a hiatus as well. Hello.
Hey, guys. Glad to be back.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm Brian Lau. I do independent comics after my day job and family and stuff. So I have two books I've working on so far. One of them is right behind me over my head here, Infernal City Firehouse, True Stories from Real Detroit Firefighters. And I also have a sci-fi supernatural called Staunch Ambition, which is currently on Kickstarter. So that's the season finale. So I'm going to take all of the issues so far. This next issue on Kickstarter is a double size issue 4, and then it's going to combine them all into a trade, season 1 trade. I have original professionally made music for the books as well, and just keep it busy. Got to be creating or I'll explode, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
If you ain't creating, you're hating.
Did we mention Lunchbox Warren is in the house? Hello, Lunchbox. Hope you're doing well. Jennifer's in the house. Hi there.
Hello, Jennifer. You know, I gotta stop using Lunchbox as an insult. That's an insult in my household. Like if I call my wife Lunchbox, I got it from like a Kevin Smith movie. And if I call my wife
Sandlot or Goonies?
No, it was a Kevin Smith movie. It was I think. Well,
that's right. That's right. Lunchbox.
So when I call like my son Lunchbox, it's because he's done something, egregious. I find egregious. I'm like, come on, Lunchbox. So now I got it because Lunchbox Warren. I got to change it. I just go back to like Butthead or something. Let's see here in the chat also. So we got Jennifer and Yeah, Trish, people are dropping links. There's Rising Tides here. We're going to take a look at all those books. But first, you guys know we have questions we have to read. But before we get into those questions, I want to remind everyone listening, listen, a lot of you guys are creators. We know that. A lot of you guys have to ship those books out. You're in the middle of crowdfunding. You're wrapping up the campaign. You cannot and you can never have enough Gemini mailers, which is why you should hop over to GeminiComicSupply.com and order them ahead of time. That way, if there's a delay in shipping from UPS or whoever, you're going to get your boxes in enough time. And now you can save money on those boxes. How so? By using the IndieVolt coupon code VOLT10, VOLT10, VOLT10 on the Gemini comicsupply.com website. VOLT10 will get you 10% off your order of Gemini mailers. So make sure you do that. Save yourself some money. You can never have enough Gemini mailers. It's like Dogecoin. Just can't have enough. Got to get it all. Got to go. Yeah, you might want to get it all because at this rate, who knows what shortage is next? There'll be a cardboard shortage next. Just watch.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Don't say that too loud.
So Randy and I were, by the way, spoofed this weekend on IndieVolt. Pictures Be Crazy. It was great.
Was Randy the one in the pink wig?
No, purple wig. No, we were spoofed
Okay.
on. We were spoofed by Matt Knowles and Jody McPhee. So yeah. So we'll go this question first here, Randy. I like this one. Yeah, this one's funny.
Tyson, thanks for writing in. Why do you people always have to dunk on Marvel DC comics? And why is it like you go out of your way to not cover them? As an actual college educated journalist, that shows a lack of integrity on the part of IndieVolt.
The name of the site is IndieVolt, Tyson. Indie, independent comics.
I just can't believe he put college educated and journalist in the same sentence.
I can't believe he had to boast about his cred. And then turn around and go, oh, why are you guys called IndieVolt and you don't talk about DC and Marvel?
Well, look, and here's the thing. I buy DC and Marvel comics. I don't put in people's faces. If I did, you guys think I was crazy because I buy a ridiculous amount of comics every week. A stupid amount of comics, even. And so trust me, when I say I don't like certain things, because I've read it. I no longer spread my comics on the bed every night and take a picture of look at my pool, look at this week's haul, because I'm ashamed.
I mean, my hot take is Tyson needs to stick with chicken in the freezer section.
Oh wow.
That's probably not the first time he's heard that.
Years to do the infrastructure. They don't need our word of mouth and super good title.
Yeah.
That's what the local comic shop is for.
There's a meme we used to play around here, but where Daphne Lage tells everyone to.
I've got a quote from Daphne Lage. Did you want me to play it?
Not the entire thing.
There's something
How much of it? Did you want me to play her quote?
Nah.
Then we won't do it.
Daphne, do we have something we want to add to this?
Yeah.
We won't do it. We won't do it.
But she tells you, listen, we're called IndieVolt. It's like when you go to your favorite home team. You're gonna root for those guys, right? We're all independent creators. Now, some of us have done mainstream stuff, sure, but I like the indie stuff. That's where my passion is. Now, one day, if I'm paid enough, maybe that'll change. Maybe this will become mainstream Vault. But until then, until Marvel drops a couple of mil in my pocket, my loyalty is here.
I think I honestly think we're going to get more questions like this. As time goes on, I've seen a lot of people on Facebook talking about how great the current mainstream comics are. The problem is, Tyson, it's easy to confuse it with the independent books because the Marvel and DC numbers are getting really close to the independent numbers. So pretty soon, some of them indie books are really going to pass what Marvel is doing, and then we're going to have to probably redefine exactly what mainstream means, as opposed to
Dude,
as opposed to what independent and alternative means.
He was a great boxer. He was a great boxer. I was still a mess with Mike Tyson. Or this could be like Eric said. It took me a while, by the way, Eric, the Tyson frozen chicken thing. I was like, yeah. It took me a minute. I was like,
I got some Marvel hanging up behind me here.
Yeah, I got Marvel all around me. I mean, listen, there's Marvel stuff.
Look at all those back there.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, my mother's bedroom is full of DC Wonder Woman stuff. Full of Wonder Woman stuff. It's so sad. But I've walked in there and said, Mom, at some point, you're gonna close your eyes. And I'm gonna have to get rid of all this stuff. And no one's gonna want it. She's like, what? Like, dang it, man, I get rid of myself. She wants me to put it with her like a sarcophagus, not sarcophagus, tomb. She wants to be in tune with her Wonder Woman stuff.
She's gonna be like Pharaoh or something. It's like a bunch of crappy comic books.
Yeah. In 1,000 years, they're gonna be like, why was this woman buried around all these little pygmy dolls? I don't. Dude, there's a golden rope here. Perhaps she was hung with a golden rope. It's gonna be great. Guys, what do you think? Am I being? Should we start covering Marvel DC comics? Should we bring back the Outhousers? It's been X amounts of days since the mainstream did something stupid. Should we do that on Indie Vote? Should we get that off the counter?
It'd be rough to keep track, dude.
Given what's happening in the next couple of months, I personally wouldn't advise it.
No.
Just because it's a good way to get off of YouTube.
Yeah. No, I won't mess with them. I'll just but no, we don't cover them. There are some shows. Sunday Funnies, you talk about old Marvel books, you talk about old DC.
Oh yeah, all the old fun, whimsical stuff. Absolutely, yeah. Have a lot of that stuff. Sugar and Spike, and
Don't some creators from Marvel and DC they do independent stuff?
Yeah,
they branch out.
Yeah, we've had Marvel artists on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, they've since seen the light. No, I'm just kidding. They
want to be like us.
Yeah. They want to hang out the cool kids now. Josh, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was like, well, we've hit on the negatives, as far as that. That's really, it's one of those things where it's like, because it's in the spotlight, you can see what's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You sit there and be like, Monkey King, the introduction, and it's literally, there's bubble text explaining in its first full body appearance, oh, by the way, this tail may or may not show up for the rest of this character's continuity. Like, just let it go. Just let it go. just wait for the next issue. Just wait for the next issue.
We try. Look, I tell you what, I'll go start mainstream vote tonight, and I'll dunk on indie comics.
Yeah,
I'll switch over. I'll sweat. That everything. We'll do that on Monday nights.
But thanks so much for listening, Tyson. And it's nice to know that you want Indie Volt to be a one-stop shopping place for comic news.
Yeah,
that's okay. I love your suggestion, and we'll take it under advisement.
Is someone here named advisement?
Huh? Yeah. As soon as we find him, we'll stick that under him.
That's right. Also, you don't see Bleeding Cool and some other places covering that much indie stuff.
Oh, you're lucky to see anything on Bleeding Cool for all the ads.
They do sometimes. They do cover
X.
You're lucky to see anything comics on Bleeding Cool anymore. So.
Yeah, it's like music on MTV.
Yeah, I posted a great article that they posted about Steve Ditko actually writing letters to a fan. I mean, handwriting letters to a fan. And I had to apologize in the post. Sorry for all of these ads that you have to dodge to see this great spot.
I'm about to put a bunch of ads on Indie Vote. It's going down.
Is it you're going to have a lot of pop-ups and stuff traveling through at the last minute or scrolling up
out
when you don't expect it? Oh yeah,
I got to sell out. I got to sell out.
Paperclip.
Yeah. Next question here is from this is from a gentleman. Yeah, Rand. This is our Andy. Andy, because he seen my Facebook post. He didn't, and I replied to him, but I wasn't going to pay him.
Oh,
and for context, everybody, should I give context?
If you need to. Remember,
I won't say much, but
Varian is medicated, and we are rated TVMA DLSV.
So Andy reached out and was like, "Hey, yo, would you be? Oh, can I come on your show?" And I'm like, Yeah, we'd love to have you on. Your art looks fantastic. Let's get you on and talk about your book. And then he was like, yeah, well, it's gonna be $250 cash. In my PayPal or cash.
The same, I'm getting paid.
Yeah. It sounds. It's like, well, you wait a minute. You want me to pay you? And he said, yeah. And I told him, I said, well, we never pay anybody to come on the show, like at all. So here's his response to it, because I kind of laughed and you can't read it. Okay, here we go.
I can read it. I can read it. I'm sorry. I just looked ahead.
He's like, dibs.
Professional here. There is absolutely nothing wrong with asking for an appearance fee. I am taking time out of my day where I could be creating or spending time with my family and friends to sit in a stuffy room and talk about my books. Can an appearance on a show promise me $400 in sales? Do that, and I'll happily refund the fee.
Is this a joke?
No, this thing doesn't apply to me. So I was like, I'm running it. Yeah, I'm running it. Andy, no.
Really?
I knew I should have video clipped that video I sent you from Toy Story.
You are a toy.
Oh, you're sad. You're a sad little man. You're a weird, strange little. Weird.
Well, I guess you definitely aren't his friend, because you should be spending time with his friends.
I mean, look, Andy, if you can get an appearance fee for a show, more power to you, man. Just don't expect to do a lot of shows.
Where does it stop? Next, it'll be conventions. I mean, I know.
How dare you?
I mean, there's famous artists who don't get appearance fees at shows. So
I'm one of them.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I mean people who made a comic book variant, not
Give me a second. I think I woke the wife.
Okay. Randy's laughing. Woke his wife.
So
yeah, go ahead.
So does Andy write his book? I'm just curious.
I believe he writes them.
All right, because there's a lot of grammar and spelling problems. Just
$400 in cells.
But yeah. Well, that appearance, the "and" versus "a," I can go on and on. But here's the thing: joke aside,
Varian typed this out, so it could be his.
Oh, he probably just copied and pasted it.
A lot of times, with this particular one, I couldn't copy and paste it because it was in the way it was in my email.
Okay, well, Varian then, homeboy. Let me send you a dictionary.
Actually, woke the wife. It might have been better if we had left him anonymous, though.
It's all good. Jokes aside, let me just say this, Andy. When it comes to promoting books, it's not about you getting money from a page or from a podcast or a vidcast or whatever have you. In this case, let's say it's Eric or me, and we're out doing shows across the country. We're literally sitting there trying to promote our artwork. We got to spend $1,300 to $2,000 to $3,000 to show up at these events and hope that we're going to make money on our sales and our, promoting of our book or whatever we're trying to sell. So if anything, you should be the one actually paying a fee. If you were really sitting there and trying to approach this from a business perspective. Now, if you can actually justifiably prove that you lose $400 in sales if you're not on a 2 or 3 hour vidcast, then I don't know. I can see that from that logically. But you have no proven history where this happens, then dude, if you want to come on and plug, you're spending your time, your effort, your energy. And that in itself, we got to do the same thing. We got to pretend that we're interested in what you're trying to sell, even for like 30 seconds until you get us into the sales pitch. And we're like, oh, yeah, no, I can actually like that. No, I like that. So I'm just saying, that's just for me. I apologize. That's just where I'm looking at it going, look, man, if anything, it should be on the other wheel. You should be paying the groups. You're not paying IndieVolt, and I'm not saying to pay IndieVolt, but I'm saying,
well, if you want to pay IndieVolt, wait a minute.
You got to put money in. If Facebook's going to block my exposure, then
Nita says, we're working for you, fool. # Nita Unleash.
I was going to say, we can make money doing this.
Yeah.
When does that start?
Unrelated note, Jen actually had a really good question for later after this. But
okay. Grand Rapids Comic Con's appearance fee it is marketing, you silly goose. Yes. Yes. And I don't understand, and the thing was, his thing was because Indie Vote has over 500 subs, we got a discount of $250. Otherwise, it's $400. And it's like,
and he's going by our YouTube subs, not our radio number. Is our radio up?
Radio is up, and we are at 52,112.
Ooh, fancy.
But I will say this:
everybody out there listening to us on Indie Volt Radio, we love you.
But when I posted about this on my Facebook, I did get some interesting dialogue started. Someone said, if it was a big name, you would pay them, and they're right. I mean, but it opens the door, it opens the floodgates. Like if it was Gina Carano, would I pay her to come on? If it were Jim Lee, would I pay him to come on? Todd McFarlane, when I pay him to come on. And it's like
it all breaks down to what the return on the investment is. If you spend $250, $400 on Hendy, I don't know who you are, to come on, you're probably not going to gain an audience bump. However, if we spent that on a Todd McFarlane or a certain frog book creator, I'm sure the boost in numbers alone would make it worth the investment, which is a return on an investment.
Yeah. I mean, you would.
But they also offer unique insight into the business that a lot of people are trying to break into, whether it's marketing or running a company or how to plot out multiple story arcs over the course of years. It's not a wham bam, one shot, thank you, moving on to the next thing. I mean, we're talking about the longevity of an industry we all love. That has value. That would be a unique insight. That would be a somewhat worthy investment.
Having said that, I will say that I'm gonna now switch over to my management, to Malone Management. If you want my appearance fee, you have to contact Lisa. I want $800 up here. Oh, and a vanilla Coke, which is that's what I want.
Have we run Lunchbox Warren's comment? He said for 400, I better have eye contact and post sex cuddles.
All right. Well, tell him to email me.
Hour rate. I'm just curious.
Wait. This isn't Twitch, man. This isn't Twitch.
Oh no, Twitch! You got to be in a pool now for that.
Yeah. JD Rosario says you pay bookers to find you guests who are looking to promote their work. That is true.
Yep.
And Grandpa's comment says there's a TV program I hear in my area that lets us come on for 10 minutes at a cost to me of $1,000. Mornings head to head against The Price is Right. No thanks. Yeah. I mean, and here now
Price is wrong, bitch.
The price is wrong, Bob.
Something interesting happened though. I got a creator who came on the show. I won't say who their name because I don't know if they want to put this out there, but they sent Indie Vote some money because they had got some sales during their appearance on our show. I think it was like $8 they sent us.
I was gonna say, and you didn't send any of that my way. What? No.
They sent us $8, and I was like, and I said, "What is that for?"
Uh-oh.
And he's got C4, and I appreciated it. So does it go the other way? If you come on my show and you make some money, should you be handing some of that dough back over to Indie Vote? I could ask for some money too. I like money.
I mean, we all
like
we give people the Indie Vote bump, hopefully on their crowdfunding campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
And not a dime of that is entitled to us. We're happy to provide the service.
Yeah,
because we're trying to lift everybody up.
Yeah.
I mean, pure and simple, you bring it back down to old TV or old radio shows, Clippercraft, clothing, or, a Toyota ad, they're paying the TV company or they're paying the actual show itself, to be on there.
Yeah.
Not the opposite situation. They're not paying them going, hey, can we give you money to drive your car? And that's the reason why they make fake ads.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't Coca-Cola, it's Schmoka-Ola.
Yeah.
Schmoka-Ola.
Speaking of which, Josh just showed and I can't really say much because I'm also drinking a non-licensed energy drink. But
hey, he did
I did
the
it
docking, the doction.
Yeah. But do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, starting later this week, Indie Vote Buzzberry
will be available on the site. I'm gonna play the clip for it real quick. Get yourself some of that delicious
ad time.
some of that delicious thirst quenching flavor. Here it is.
Play it.
Delicious energy drink from Indie Volt. Energy, and we had some and they sold out really quickly. At the beginning, at the middle of last year, sold out very quickly. So now we gotta get some new ones in, and hopefully you guys buy them all, please. And while you're buying those, make sure you also are being very nice to us. Very nice.
Is there a case discount?
There is a case discount. Discount.
That cool, mild, refreshing flavor of Indie Volt in your home.
Remember, they don't call it buzzberry for nothing.
Yeah.
Goes great with liquor.
It started as an invitation.
Also, guys, if you want to make sure, if you want to support Indie Volt and you just don't want to send us money, you don't have to. But you can hop over to the Indie Volt Volt shop over on our site. And you can pick up some cool stuff we got over there. Look what we got. Look what we got. We got our end of a shirt we did. This one here. Everyone loves it. It's a Tomorrow Distribution shirt. There it is. Tomorrow Distribution. I don't know if you've seen it. See, we're selling your comics. Surprise! There's Tomorrow Distribution shirt. What else do we got up there? Indie Comics. We keep the beef fresh. There it is. We love it. We love our little quick shirts. If it ain't indie, I'm outie. Yeah, we keep it. And then there's our buzz box, which those go on sale every couple of months when we curate a new one. So I'll let everyone know when that's curating again, or we're getting ready to release a new one. But yeah. So you can go over to indievolt.com, check out the Volt shop, buy any one of those lovely t-shirts, some of those products up there. We put new stuff up all the time. Maybe we'll have a hashtag Need to Unleash shirt. Maybe we'll roll out one of those tonight. I'm like Vincent, man, taking people's ideas and their characters and their shit they're saying on the show. That's mine now. It's mine. It's mine. You don't own it anymore. It's mine. It's mine. I heard you. Lyman. You made a funny joke. I'm taking it.
Mine.
So we've gone through all the questions, but there is one from Indie Volt Radio, and it came from a gentleman named Daniel. And Daniel says, I've had my lawyer look over a contract that I was given by a UK publisher for my comic. I'm based in the United States. My artist is in Brazil, so it's kind of an international thing. Now my lawyer has charged me $600 to proofread the contract and to make sure everything is okay with it. However, he has cited that. I'm sorry, this is kind of messed up. He has cited that there are some inconsistencies with the pay scale. To look over the contract again, he's charging another $600. Hiring a lawyer has not been very cost productive for me. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, you could have read that contract yourself.
Happens. I mean, you really need to dot your I's and cross your T's before you get to the lawyer part.
Yeah.
You need to have the lawyer generate the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Not just that, but you're dealing with a country that's out of the country, or you're dealing with a company that's out of the country. And you really, believe me, the expenses that you're paying on your lawyer, you're probably going to be grateful for if any little thing comes up wrong. Mm-hmm. So even if you have to go through and have him read it twice or three times, it's going to turn out in the long run, if only in self-confidence or the knowledge that your agreement with this company is solid. Mm-hmm. It's worth the money to have that lawyer look at it.
Those contracts are meant to lock creators down. When is somebody, we need some scissors. We need to cut this red tape. We need to untie the creators.
And to make sure your lawyer is worth his money, make sure you understand that contract too, because that lawyer should be there to knock that contract down into English.
Release me.
Let's find you a lawyer that doesn't like to talk.
Yeah.
That's the real hard part, because I've got some horror stories listening to other people where their lawyer just sat there on the phone for 45 minutes repeating the same thing over and over and over about this comic property that they were arranging, rights and usages for. And I was like, you covered that in the first 5 minutes. So why are you continuing to talk? And it's just it's a billing thing. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And we're like, oh, it went over the 30-minute mark. So I don't know. Maybe just me. I'm just going, hey, find just somebody who doesn't want to talk.
Untie us.
Untie.
Find the dude who shows up in like the stained T-shirt, who he owns 3 different chains of law offices and whatever have you. He just shows up at Comic-Con wearing a T-shirt that's stained with nacho cheese sauce, and he's like, yeah. Here's I just bought $2,000 of your work. Hey, you looking for a lawyer?
Yeah,
Find that guy.
Yeah,
there are lawyers out there in the comics who are willing to barter.
Yes, there is.
There are moments. There are moments when they step up and they can save you. Like, you can't just run over to the UK and be like, "Look, you haven't paid me for the work I turned in 3 months ago. I deserve to have this fulfilled." And I wouldn't know how to contact and enforce that. So, 600
Grand
might
Rapids.
be a momentary lapse, but.
Grand Rapids Con says, I use a company called Legal Shield and pay them $50 a month. And they look at contracts that we need help with and other legal issues that may pop up. Discount in case I have to appear in court.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do that, I know they have prepaid legal services, and they have, a lot of those things. If you can get them for your business. Now, I have an entertainment lawyer, but he happens to be down the road from me. And I popped in one day, and just so happened, he wearing a comic book shirt, and he was questioning me about it. And he said, hey, he just likes to talk comics. So I'm able to send him stuff, and, we'll talk about things, and occasionally I have to draw him something, but he looks over my stuff for me. Yep. And, he it works out for me. It's nice and cheap. And if I ever have to go to court, he told me, hey, give me a call. I will go for you. I'll go with you. He's the one that made sure that my contracts that I have for Last Call Comics are nice and tight. Tight. Last Call Comics contracts are tight. And good deal for people who just need a little help here and there and live on a budget. Yeah. Jennifer says, should I invest in buying Final Draft or some other screenwriting software? Final Draft is a good program. I have Final Draft. I do not know when or where I got Final Draft. I'm pretty sure.
What's the perk of Final Draft?
Did just fall from the sky and land in your computer.
It makes the formatting a little bit easier.
Why don't you just buy like a $7.99 book, on screenwriting?
Oh, I have one of those. I have one of those, but it's like with Final Draft, you just like it is basically kind of
does it for you?
Assumes what you're gonna do. So like when I hit enter, it's like, oh, you're writing dialogue. I'm gonna automatically put the cursor here. It makes it a little bit easier. Does it? I mean, but at the same time, I still use Notepad for like comic strips. I don't use Final Draft for any.
I was gonna say, what? Don't you just write it all out and then you go and format it afterwards?
When I'm writing scripts like for like the series we're doing on Indie Vault, I use Final Draft. But like now there is a program that I just got. Oh gosh, I'm gonna. Getting the name.
The Superscript app.
Superscript. That's what it is. Yeah. That's for writing comics.
Tailored just for comics.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, your State Bar Association is
State Bar Association, another great resource for contract problems too.
Yeah, I called the State Bar once.
This is going to sound.
That's not the same. That's not the same State Bar.
There is a State Bar. No, I called the State Bar once.
That state closes at 2 a.m.
I called the State Bar once to get help with a situation I was having with a car I had purchased, and
ask for Bob.
It was funny because the lawyer was like, yeah, but tell me about the other. You mentioned something before we started talking. Tell me about that. And actually, he told me, he says, no, don't worry about the car. I want that other case.
That's the case I want. I'm like, I'm not suing anybody about that. Oh, you should. And it turns out he was right. he was right. So yeah.
Wow.
Oh, what were you gonna say though? Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, I was just going to advise if anybody has to go take a technical writing course. As odd as that sounds, because it covers as far as like contract formats and form letters and things like that. So it gives you a better understanding, and you can knock that out in a day or 2 days, and it'll just really open up how you're reading things as far as repetition is concerned if they try to change it up. And you can apply that further in if you're worried about legalese, like somebody's talking about CM Punk in this, and you're like, hey, he signed a non-compete clause and they own all the rights. It's like the Disney clause all over again. If you sign on to work for Disney, then anything that you work on while you're working for Disney becomes their property. It's you know, for decades now, it still applies. So just having a little bit of background writing where it comes down to, okay, a bunch of people, you know, have spent 3 or 4 years learning how to write this legalese, you know, you can understand it a little bit better. That's just my recommendation.
Josh, about those Disney contracts, because when I went to MegaCon, was surrounded by all these people who worked at Disney in some form or fashion. Does that extend to the what do they call them? Because they don't call them employees. The park people, what are they, cast members? Does that contract go out towards them too? Because I was looking how many of them had original IPs there, and I'm like,
you should see how many of those people are on TikTok right now. They're all sitting there having to be like, okay, well, I was a former cast member, but I don't represent the company or this or that. They're sitting there covering their bases in a 1 minute or minute and a half video going, okay, first off, I don't talk to these people, you know, just so they can get back in. But yeah, no, same thing applies. It doesn't matter if you're, you know, like a copyright lawyer or anything like that, and you go work for Disney as a cast member. Yeah, you know, that's going to be something that they're going to be wanting to watch out for.
Yeah.
But
there were so many people there that worked for Disney, and they were all very talented, all of them. But they just, you know, like that contract. Because my friend was taught by someone who had worked on the very early stages of Lilo and Stitch, and they end up having to go back and teach it full sail. And you think, well, wait a minute, you worked on it in the early stages to the point where you're damn near a creator. How are you not, you know, swimming in Uncle Scrooge's money pit? Like,
Disney is Borg. They're the Borg.
Yeah.
They're not opposed to the slave labor in China, so they're not going to be opposed to treating their domestic employees like crap either. So.
Disney, Mr. Hodgson is not speaking for Indie Volt. We are for sale. You can buy us. Eric comes with Indie Volt. If you want to buy us now, we will.
Yeah. Varian will even change his raccoon cap to be a Miko cat, you know, just for you.
With the bunny ears and everything. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what people say.
The raccoon ears.
Thank you. I'm sitting there just going, what the rabbit thumper? What?
I got you, boo. I got you.
I could get some.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
on lighter night, I got my copy of Florida Man today. Did a live unboxing for free with Mike Barron. Great time I seen that. Florida Man is out. It's in the wild. If you, I don't think it's too late to get a copy. I think you can still go over there and pick up a copy of Florida Man.
Mine shows up sometime this week.
Yeah, I got so many books that are on the way.
Yes,
I got books that are on the way, and I'm watching them crawl through the postal system, and I'm like, what's the problem? Jennifer says, I have a question. I am planning and researching for my first comic. I am planning on not having nudity. If the story is good and people like to hit the comics, then should I feel pressure to add the skin, etc.?
Never.
No.
Never.
You should be happy not to do it.
Yeah. There's still nudity in my book, and you know it's you know, and you have to understand, I'm a pretty unscrupulous person. The fact that I don't have nudity in my book is surprising.
That's a pet peeve of mine. Is I constantly see on something like Kickstarter that every book that's got tits and ass in it is just sells out or like funds in like a day, and I'm just like, why? I mean, if it's quality, great, and I mean, I know there's a market for that, But why does there have to be that huge discrepancy? You can get free nudity online. You don't need to support and pay. And I'm not saying that there isn't good books with it and all that, but if that's a crutch or that's your thing, I don't get it.
Next time, tits and ass. Okay, got it.
I'll say this as a creator, never do anything that's going to violate your conscience, because that's going to be bugging you years from now.
Yes.
If you take that route and it's on your mind, and it's just going to make your life a living hell. Take it from experience. Several years ago, I drew something. I needed the money. I didn't want to draw it. I'm still bothered by it. Don't violate your
Is that the one on Comic Art Fans? Because we can bring it up.
I was gonna say, is it something you did for me? Wait a minute, what?
No,
hey.
no.
It's like, no, there's even more. No.
Does it involve chipmunks?
It does not.
Then you didn't do it for very.
Yeah, there you go. So,
Jennifer, it's great that you're researching your comic, but get into the market and see. There's a wide variety of stuff out there, especially now. And the market is ever widening. You don't have to have nudity. We're still crawling out from underneath a demographic in comics that I call it the Beavis mentality, where TNA does sell gratuitously. Gratuitous DNA will sell gratuitously. But there's also some phenomenal books out there that don't have any of that content in it, that have a high quality level to them, that are selling tremendous, winning awards and doing all sorts of stuff. Once you get out there and do more research in the market, you will see that, Jennifer. So go out there and do that.
And Randy, here's the question of the night, which I want to get around.
Sorry, I stepped on Josh. He was going to say something.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, it's okay. I was just gonna say I'm a big fan of like mystery and suspense as a genre, or two genres. But it's one of those things where it's like it really depends on what your protagonist is. Like obviously you don't have to go full TNA or the risque cover or anything like that, but you can take characters like Madame Mirage, or like I think Dynamite did a version of the Spider, where it's like a Shadow knockoff, where it was a female protagonist. So it's like you can create a strong, powerful character that solves murder mysteries and make an iconic cover. I'd say, if anything, if you're trying to appeal to fans of that audience, then look up like Mexican, adventure novella covers, like Sean Gordon Murphy with all of his Batman White Knight storylines, or anything like that. Like that whole book is perfect as far as like the level. Like, there are women that are attractive on some of the covers, especially the Harley Quinn Batman White Knights, but they're not, in promiscuous poses or anything like that. They're in strong, very static shots, and then you see the backgrounds and you see what's going on in this novel. So yeah, I mean, Randy covered it. It's like look and explore your audience and see what's what, see what's going good for you. You have books like Something is Killing the Children, where only recently have they actually started showing the main character like mainly on the cover. Like otherwise it's been like forest scenes or very heavy shadows or, abstract shots, trying to get you to lean into what the book is, because the title covers half the bloody page. So yeah. That's all I wanted to say is like, hey, look into it and see what audience you're trying to go for. If you like things like Madame Mirage, or Silver Sable, or you like some of those older Marvel and DC detective novels where it has that focus, then lean towards it. Otherwise, no. I just finished some stuff for a guy who's in horror and suspense, and his character, he's already said, I'm specifically making this character so she's never in sexy poses or risque. She's always in a hoodie and a torn jeans. So it's like, all right, cool, works for me.
Yeah.
But the question of the night.
Yeah. So here we go, guys. So this is from Indie Vote Radio, and I got this one on Saturday afternoon. So I didn't make a card for it, but I want to read it. Tell me what you guys think about it. And it's kind of what we talked about. It's in the subject matter of today's show. It said, hello, I'm the originator of an idea. They did put their campaign here. We're not going to bring that up, though, because, problems. It says, I hired a writer to flesh out for a 4-issue arc and an artist to draw it. 5 weeks ago, my artist then made a hardline industry stance,
and upset my writer who upset my art. I'm sorry, my artist made a hardline industry stance that upset my writer. They had an argument, and now my artist will not send me the high-res pages and has refunded my cash. But now to start over, will put my campaign way behind. So we have, and he says, why is there so much problems? So, and this, by the way, the creator of that idea is in Brazil, so his English is a little
translation.
Why all these problems in the industry? It seems that no matter what, and the more I look into indie comics and the creators, I keep finding drama and hatred and anger. What is wrong with the industry? Is it just a part of the comic book making process? And that is I can't even begin to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. But last name, he put Blue. So Blue, Mr. Blue. I don't think it's part of it. I don't think it's a part of the industry, but I'll let you guys have it.
I got a video for that.
Uh-oh.
By somebody who, even if I play it, will upset people.
Oh, I see April waving her hand. What did that say, April?
So I was going to say that it is a fairly small industry. Like, it doesn't take much to get people passionate about what they're doing. And people are just passionate. They got nothing else to kind of pull them away from it. And they're completely immersed in whatever it is that they're passionate about. And being online and having it being exclusively online because of the whole COVID thing, like, it's blown it way out of proportion. But it's not just indie stuff. It's not just comics. Like, you're finding that in the Star Wars genre, which is gargantuan and exceeds multiple generations. Yeah, like, it's a whole thing. So I mean, I wouldn't pigeonhole it in just this industry for sure. But you're just dealing with the general public, and they're passionate about weird things, some very specific things. And yeah, I don't know, like, maybe time will help, like, kind of smooth that over. But I think at that point, I would, like, seriously talk to that artist and see what kind of things that you can do one-on-one to maybe smooth it over and start fresh with the next issue if they would allow it. But they own that artwork, and they've already given you back the money for what you paid them. And if it's broken, it just be broken, and it sucks. But it's one of the reasons why I try not to get political on anything.
Mm-hmm. And now, Randy, you say you want to say something?
Well, we here on Indie Vault walk a real fine line. We just want to promote good comics. That's all we want to do. And you're definitely right. There's a lot of BS out there and a lot of political fifis that get stepped on way too often instead of people just looking at good comics. And it's a shame. And hopefully someday soon we'll grow up and get past that. As an industry, I should say. A lot of us have already done that. There's more and more doing that all the time, where they realize that it's the work, it's the art form, it's the entertainment value that's key here. And you're at a setback. You don't have any way else to go around it. You're going to have to take that step back, take that hit in your campaign, find somebody else to work, and find somebody who's dedicated to just making good comics. That's the idea. You might have to vet your next your art teams for a while. You might have to make sure that your artist is compatible with your writer or whatever. But and it is a hassle. Yes, it is. But hopefully sometime real soon we'll get past that and just get down to quality people, the people who do quality, getting meshed up with other people who know this business for what it is, an entertainment industry, and not a political platform or a soapbox, and just sit there and do business, do industry. And that's what needs to happen. Associate yourself with those people.
Gus chimes in saying the more people you involve in your project, the more possible drama you invite. So maybe this is a good time to pivot. Maybe you need to take charge of your property and write it yourself. and then you only have to involve one other person, maybe a new artist. But he makes a very important point there. It's very hard, especially in the creative industry, for some reason, for people to work in cohesive groups. There's a lot of ego, a lot of emotional thinking that goes on, and not a lot of, it seems like, adults in the room at any one time. We've had really soft times. Soft times create really soft people, and maybe we're going to be in for some hard times. That'll grow some people up, because there's certainly more important things to worry about than political differences in the comic book world. But I hope that you find somebody that you can work with, where you can resolve things, because if you've got a good story, it needs to be out there.
Yes.
And it's just going to keep burning you until you get it out.
When the question we asked on the channel was, is it baked into the DNA of indie comics? When I first got into comics, guys, I messed up. I spent through money. I think I took about, I know I blew about 10K, just, in a couple months, just trying to, without, and putting out only one book in like 7 months. 10K, 10,000 just gone, because I went and got an office, and then we expanded that, and then I went and I moved downtown Detroit because we were doing good in a little small office. So I'm like, hey, this is success. And I moved downtown Detroit, and it's funny because there's a lot of people who want you to fail, or they have something to say about it, like, well, oh, he's not going to do anything. Yeah, because I got this $800 a month office. They actually went up to $1,200 or $1,300 a month, because I'm playing comic book publisher. I'm just doing this just to have fun. No, I was trying it. I was making a actual effort to do it. But there's so much drama. And some companies and some people thrive on it. I was kind of shocked. I told Randy, I said, Randy, I don't understand how I'm demonized sometimes as a publisher, as a small guy, as the guy who doesn't. When someone signs with me and I put their comic out, at the end of the day, when we do a show, I tally up how much they made, and I give it to them in cash right then.
You're talking about a convention.
At a convention. At a convention, I give them, okay, so your book sold this many copies. Here's your half of the money. Even when they're not at the show with me, when I get back home after that weekend, I PayPal over their money to them, at least by Tuesday. And I've been demonized by some people who accept quarterly payments, and when I say quarterly, that's about how much they got. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, here I am, hey dude, I just gave you $80 for one day sitting at the show. You got $80. You came home with $80. That person who you're idolizing, they're gonna get $16 in 2 months. But because I guess they put a spin on it, I'm the bad guy, and I think that's because they don't want the methodology that we're using. And I know I'm not the only person that does that, but they don't want that to catch on, because that will destroy their business. Wait a minute, actually having to pay these people? F that.
Yeah, let me just say, it's a tricky business. Anything. I mean, you imagine in indie comics, you run into this kind of stuff. What do you think happens with movies or whatnot? And you're talking even more cash. So
yeah,
when you're committing to doing a comic with a team, it can be scary, because anything can happen. And that situation kind of sucks, because they pulled out, and so it puts you behind, but you got your money back, and it's in the first issue, I think you said.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do business with someone who handles, this kind of, or deals professionally this way. So you're probably way better off, and lucky you got your money back, and and it was in the beginning, because if you're on like issue 3, or, it's, maybe you didn't want to change gears, because now you can hire someone else, have it someone that you can work with, and have that look consistent. So, but it's a scary thing. I mean, I'm sure we all have nightmare stories with people trying to do business with people. And
yes, and I'm sorry, Brian, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. That's all I want to say.
And remember, when you are running a project like this, it's your project, your IP, your idea. You are the employer. And you are literally hiring people as employees for you. So take a little bit of time out and vet them. Go through their social media presence and see what kind of person they are. If they're a person, now that you know that if that's a person that you want to deal with, not just because they're talented or this guy would be perfect to work with you, but are they using abusive language? Are they trying to cause drama on their pages? Are they, there's so many things that you can look for on their Twitter and on their Facebook page to know if they're going to be an argumentative person. If they are, they're going to be a problem. Don't work with them. Don't work with them.
Yeah,
If they
instead
don't
of
agree
getting
with
a
you,
lawyer,
don't work with them.
get a private investigator. Just have them follow them around.
Well, PI might be a little extreme.
The point
0 to
is
50
that,
much?
the point is that the people who exhibit this type of emotional baby-brained behavior, they've already been doing that for a while.
Yes.
So it's going to be easy to dig that stuff up and just check that person right off your list.
You can run down their Facebook page and see if they have radical political opinions that don't agree with yours, and just don't work with them.
From a creator standpoint, I can understand how you can get depressed that you're at the finish line, you think, and then if someone says, nope, you know what, I can't work with that person. See these pages that you're not getting the high res, sorry. But he did give you your money back. So I understand that's going to mess up your campaign a bit. Transparency, let your backers know, hey,
yes,
always.
This has changed. And you don't have to go into the details. Well, you think so?
Due to technical difficulties, my artist has walked. I'm getting another artist.
That's not technical. That's personal disagreement.
Well, all right.
Well, yeah. Due
to drama.
Well, you don't want to do that either, because then it adds a little poison to your work.
Yeah.
That's a drama storm. I don't want to have nothing to do with
technical
that.
would imply that there's some sort of error, like they lost their computer.
There was. The guy lost his mind. What can you say?
Yeah.
I guess again, I can understand your frustration.
The guy decided his money wasn't good enough. That's pretty obvious.
But
at least he returned it. That was nice of him.
Well,
that's where I was waiting for the drama to hit.
Yeah.
There have been other breakups where that hasn't happened, where the artist has gone, no, screw you. You're not getting nothing from me. So, and that adds in a bigger lawsuit. You got off really easy just getting the money back.
Yeah.
Plus the writer got paid.
Yeah. The writer got paid still. So you're still in good with the writer. But I mean, again, I understand your frustration, but just tell your backers what's going on. Some of them may cancel. You might be better off just canceling the campaign and then, getting everything settled, because, if you keep the campaign going and then people all of a sudden, now you're back to square one on the art, people may, I don't know. People may get mad about that. So maybe cancel the campaign and restart when you've secured a new artist, got a new team together. And then, make sure that everybody is on the same page, that, hey, we're going to get this completed no matter what. Because that's not, it shouldn't be the case. But yeah, there is drama. There is a lot of drama, and there are people in this industry that thrive upon it. Be glad that they didn't do it after the book was released, that they're fighting when the book is out there.
Yes.
And now you got this big drama cloud hanging over your book you're trying to sell. And I'm not coming back for issue number 2, motherfucker.
In a focus group. Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine a situation where I finished work and I was paid for it, but like the amount of drama that would actually have to be involved, or disagreement with somebody, that I was like, oh, no, I can't be involved with this person. Here's your money back. Like, because that's a lot of energy, regardless of, if the artist just like phoned it in or anything else. That's a lot of energy that got put into making a book. And then a tiff, because they disagree with, whatever, comics, et cetera, fence post situation may be. But
yeah,
I've seen some of it
art, so it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, that's where I'm sitting. Like, the
art
artwork's done. I'm like, why wouldn't you want to make money?
He might even have to cancel that account and start over when the other book is done.
Right.
That might be a safer bet for him, and just say, sorry, we're having to cancel the account due to problems or internal problems or whatever, and we'll start over. That might be a safer way to go.
I've seen where some people don't get along, but they always get seated near each other at cons on showroom floor. They may know each other. and it just might break the panel's back. So at least it gets taken care of behind the scenes.
Oh, I got a list. But like, do not put me next to this person.
I only got one on that list. God damn it.
Well, it's a shame. It's a shame that some people need to act like children and can't play in the same playground as other people without taking an opposite corner or whatever. I'm just not going to work with that person. Blah. But it's really the artist's loss, especially if he had all that work done. That artist is out how much time?
Yeah.
Especially if he had the book done.
Yeah.
The amount of energy, I'm just like, dang.
Yeah. That's a lot of wasted time on hate.
Right?
But there's also respect.
Thinks differently than me.
It's like building a Lego sculpture and just throwing it down on the ground.
Yeah.
But respect to the artist for refunding the money, because I could have seen some artists say, I'm not doing it. And, I'm glad that, everyone here has, ideas about what they can do to keep moving forward. Don't quit. Don't give up. You will find this. But now remember, use it as a learning experience and start to, when you do that next book or issue 2, or even if you see this problem coming, because you can kind of see these problems coming. But I think it's sad when someone has to ask, is this baked into the culture of indie comics? It isn't. It shouldn't be. But there are a lot of people who aren't creating, so they're spending that time creating drama. If they could create the same type of drama in their comics that they do in their real lives, man, they'd be bestsellers by now. But they just don't do it. Speaking of artists though, and comics, Eric, you had something you were going to drop on us.
Oh, I do.
Is
I
it
didn't
a
know you
kilt?
were going to do that now. Or
Yeah, let's do it now. Let's do it now when we got Randy's attention.
All right.
Uh-oh. You got my attention.
So tonight, I am unveiling the colors for Alice in Chains for Arrow.
Oh, come on.
4.0.
This book's not even scheduled yet.
He's like, well, too late. He wanted it to drop.
I guess.
Yeah, that's
He
it.
wanted to color him.
It's a shocker.
We just want to get your live reaction. So here we
Okay.
go.
Oh,
Hmm.
that looks awesome.
Yeah,
That is just incredible.
yeah.
I love it.
Nice. I like the
looks cool.
3D. It looks definitely the background and the foreground
Yeah.
jumps out.
That's now, Eric. How much of pain was it to color those chains?
The chains weren't all that bad because the way that I approached it, was able to address them pretty well. But
Yeah, I really like what you did with it. It's
I like
that's
how he
awesome.
threw it in Photoshop,
It
not
looks
Clip
really
Studio.
cool.
this was all Clip Studio. The very tail end was Photoshop.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm looking at it, just going, "Come on, man!"
That is amazing. Looks good.
Looking
Is there,
good.
Actually,
is
looks
there a
incredible.
reason for the chains being red or orange?
The chains are coming out of her hands.
Oh, cool.
So the chains behind her are not part of her.
They are.
The ones in the background that
Yeah,
are blue.
No.
That's
those
what I
are
was
the
saying.
ones in the back.
Oh, those
Yeah.
way in the back. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
why I
not
said
chains. That's
background.
like
That's
that's
her
like
breaking out of her
lighting
too.
or something.
Yeah,
That looks
Wow,
good.
that looks really good.
I love it. I think it
like-
looks great.
I like the green contrasting the red, and
And
the purple that
Yeah.
contrasts with the teal.
Yeah,
That's an
I should
excellent
point
color
out
choice.
that's Abdul Rashid doing pencils on that, and that's my inks.
Oh,
And
very nice.
Eric's great colors.
What color will the logo be?
I am not sure yet. This book isn't even on the schedule. It's just
Look, man.
Well,
Don't rush me.
This pretty
It's-
much officially. I mean, I did HeroBot, but this
Yeah.
is kind of more my official. Hey, look, I'm the colorist for Arrow Comics. So
yeah.
drink it in, people.
Drink it in, man.
I
Drink
would,
it
but I'm
in.
almost out of fluids here.
that will make a very incredible cover.
That's nice.
I
yeah.
love it. Yeah.
It's good work, Eric. But at this point, Eric, I hate to say it, we kind of don't expect less from you. It kind of sucks, but it's kind of like it's like Eminem put out a great song, like Eric put out some great colors, and what else is new?
I'm happy I met your expectations.
This is a property that I've had since the last Arrow comics. So that's how old the artwork is.
Jake says Alice in Chain versus the Darkness soon.
Yeah,
You mean the group? I believe in a thing called love.
the darkness.
Oh, not that one. Not that. I mean the other Darkness. I got the games. I love that song. Nita says that is fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Joe says Randy is turning in San Lee. It's not on the schedule.
No, it's not. It's not on the schedule.
It's been leaked. It's been leaked.
It's been unofficially linked.
Yeah.
Well,
Leaked it out.
Eric's like, get it done already.
Yeah. Eric's like,
that's great. That's phenomenal. I love it.
Alrighty.
Very good work. Let's see here.
Isn't it time for our campaigns? We got two.
Time.
Do you guys want to share your campaigns, or you want to send me the links in the private chat?
Yes.
You want to go first, April?
I need 30 seconds to get the link for you. I'm so sorry.
Isn't it on history?
Josh, what'd you have for dinner tonight?
I'll get you a link.
I had Toad in the Hole.
Toad in the Hole.
Yes, otherwise known as eggs in a basket.
Ah,
My mum made it. You start off with some wonderfully buttered bread, then you put a spherical hole inside, you drop egg into it, and then at the point that the egg is medium well, you flip it, so it has a nice brown crusting flavor. Then you put some ham or some sort of bacon or anything along those lines, and it's wonderful.
sounds delightful. Maybe
Watch
I'll make
some
a
V for
video.
Vendetta. That's pretty much the same thing, except Natalie Portman mispronouncing butter. Butter. That's not how they say it.
Butter.
Butter.
They don't say it that way.
Butter. How do they say butter over there?
Butter. No, I'm kidding. It depends on the part of the world, but it's one of those things where it's like Natalie Portman has spent so long being around American actors and perfecting her American accent, so she suddenly comes in and it messes. It sticks in your head, especially with the heavy contrast of Stephen Fry.
Would you please pass
for that particular scene? Anyways, mermaids.
Yep, this has been Stalling for Time. Now on to our campaign.
Dun, dun, dun. Butter.
April Raina's Rising Tides. Tales of
Yeah. So for the last year or so, I have been filled with desire to draw mermaids. And I finally stepped into the crowdfunding. This is my second campaign, and this is exclusively an art book. It's just a collection of daily sketches, daily drawings of mermaids, and they're fully fleshed out. It's not just black and white sketches, like they're actual works of art. I made a list of 31 themes, and I've been drawing them every day during the campaign. I'm actually ahead of schedule. I've got I don't know, tomorrow I'm going to be filling in all of the rest of the coloring that I need to just put the last little bits of highlights and shadows on. Every original art, after it gets scanned for the printing process, I've been taping off and spraying with spray glitter so they're extra mermaidy. And it's awesome. This is the list of themes that I've got for the campaign. We just we're doing shark today, so I've already like drawn it up, and I just need to throw some colors on it. And tomorrow, warrior. I've actually got 2 pieces that are already done and colored and posted on my fan page, Raina Art, on Facebook, and I'll post it to Instagram tomorrow because I've been trying to do it the day that they are scheduled. I don't know. I like working traditionally, so I've been using a lot of Copics and colored pencils for the process. Yeah, I love it. I love what I've been producing. With my first campaign, it launched accidentally. I was so thankful that it funded. I'm so thankful that people were supporting it. And encouraged me, and now like I've taken on Malone management to help me with the social media aspect of it and to help me streamline the campaign, which we actually got recognized as a projects we love from Kickstarter. So that was truly an honor. Like I had to have it explained to me like how cool that was. And so I'm very blessed. I don't know. I've been trying not to do the low-hanging fruit with this project, and I am excited to share it with everybody. So those will go out to the print company on June 1st, and I look forward to getting everything shipped off in the process once they come in. I even love the blank variants that the print company actually uses. I almost paint with my markers, and I know when I use regular blanks with like DC, IDW, whatever, like they have a lot of bleed through. Mine do not. It is a premium stock. I have no bleed through, and I just tear it up with Copics and color pencils and watercolors, anything I can throw at it, it takes it. And I have been so happy with their stock. So I'm game. It's awesome. So if you wind up scrolling further down in the campaign, you can see some of the sample pages. You have to get through like all of the campaign stuff. These are some prints that I had made prior to the COVID shutdown. So I am including them in the bundles in case people would like some larger works of art.
Nice. So you had mentioned you've been drawing for the last year, mermaid and aquatic themes. So how many pages is the book?
No, I've been drawing the mermaids since May 1st. Well, maybe a couple of days before they're. Yeah. So this is you know how like Inktober was, you draw a thing. This is exactly what that is. Except I'm doing it mermaid themed. So I'm trying to do a few things that are more traditional, and then I'm also trying to throw in a few like non-traditional things, like the anglerfish is not a notoriously pretty thing to to draw. So to turn it. Thank you. So to turn that into a mermaid and a mermaid book, like that was cool. And then I did a crossover with Naughty Stripper Fairy Assassins. I think I only have like 4, maybe 5 of that limited set available.
In touch with Wendy.
I love her. Sorry. I love her. She just lets me go hog wild on anything I want. Nice.
I was looking at it. I know we talked about it last time, but you had spent a lot of time with the folks at Aspen as well. I don't think I see a lot of the influence of kind of like whenever I see underwater characters, I automatically think Fathom, but you kind of
his Turner love.
Yeah.
He starts getting warm in his heart.
Yeah, get warm fuzzies.
I just start going, God, why won't you seal the lines?
No.
Seal the lines. Tired of coloring holes.
I know. Yeah. And I've been trying to do better about that too. It's not perfect, but I'm trying to do better on my own. Like that was brought to my attention. But yeah, no, it's back when I first started with Heroic Age Studios, I think I was a punk kid. I had never been inside a comic store. It was like a whole big thing. And we were doing color steps for DC Comics, and I was completely oblivious to how cool that was until I really got into it. I'm like, whoa, what? And they actually took me to my first comic store, and my very first comic purchased was Fathom and Witchblade. It was the same transaction, whatever. So I like, oh, here's the anglerfish. Yeah. So there's
not what I envisioned, and that is awesome. I don't know. I just imagine some like thick end mermaid, with a lantern on a stick or something. That's awesome. I like that.
She's,
that and the fingernails like freak me out.
you know, you remember those? I know everyone. I don't know if everyone's seen it, but Aquaman, when they went to the deep. I'm sad they canceled that movie, The Trench. They canceled it, which kind of sucks.
Did they? Oh.
I would like to have seen that because those creatures were freaky.
I can imagine.
But so this comes out the dark, and that's why I don't swim anyway. Not because statistically black people don't swim. I just can't swim, and but I imagine this thing.
That's racist.
Yeah, well, I can say it.
He's racist against his own race.
Yeah, this I can say it. We don't swim. We don't.
So,
I mean, my wife tried to teach me.
I got pluggy questions.
My wife tried teaching me how to swim. It did not work. I almost drowned. She was like, "Okay, I'm not teaching."
And that was in a kiddie pool.
It was, it was. I was on the, the kiddie end. I mean, like, she's like, "Stand up."
Stand up.
That's a nice thing.
It's been amazing working on this project, and like everything that I'm working on, I have been extremely happy with. And I've been trying to be very inclusive of different body types, of different ethnicities, of different locations. Basically, I don't want to give everybody nothing but Caucasian redheads. You guys already have that, so I'm trying to incorporate more.
Star Wars.
I was just going to say that like Disney Daisy Ridley, but then there was Star Wars underneath it. So
I had the fringe of the lionfish behind her to try to make it more regal.
Yeah, looks good.
Love that one.
Very nice.
So much.
Using
jellyfish. Oh, no wonder I love it. Ooh, wow, that's nice too. Amazing. I love the design on that one.
Thank you. I'm looking for any excuse to draw men. Like that's my Achilles heel, and I've been working on my anatomy for August. I was working on my male anatomy, like doing the muscle structures and stuff like that. I even found somebody on Instagram that let me draw them. I promise to send them the artwork, the sketches and everything once it's done, because it feels weird to hang on to that or sell it. So yeah, it helped a lot. And then when I did the Squee After Dark thing accidentally in October, that also was quite the confidence booster in my male anatomy as well. So it was nice to be able to carry it over for this. I've also got another one on my fan page, the Bubbles. He's basically like a rainbow Fabio. It's fabulous. So so it's pretty diverse. There's a lot of things I've got coming up that are pretty exciting.
So with the custom blanks, are they only going to be mermaids, or are they going to be draw whatever you want on it kind of deal, or are you just going to leave it as is? Or
I'm gonna leave it to whatever anybody wants. For this particular campaign, I opened it up where people can actually purchase the blank and then just have it blank. So if they want to commission a whole nother artist to do a mermaid thing or whatever thematic thing they would care to do, that is certainly an option. When they commission from me, anything goes, whatever they want. I don't care.
Nice.
Just nothing weird with kids. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, right. What is vor? That's a question for another day.
Well, I got very few lines that I won't cross, and that just happens to be the big one.
That's a good one. That's a good line. It really is. Hey, look, it's a redhead.
They had to appear at some point. Yeah.
Oh, look, it's what's his name?
Hey, it's me.
I have no idea.
That's what's his name?
I've had 4 or 5 different people oh, it's this guy. Oh, it's this guy. It's a different. And I was I'm
I
flattered
think
that
I
it
think
actually looks like somebody, but
I think Brian's right. That's Brian right there.
That's
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I look exactly like me.
Yeah.
yay! Put the
Maybe
nail
one
on
of
the
my
head.
kids.
Dun dun dun.
I like this one. Now, these prints actually, most of them, the ones that were not hand colored, were digitally colored by Shelby Robertson. So I
I was
love
looking
his
at
color
the
and
yellow
palette.
one and thinking that, yeah, ironically, I was looking at that. That looks like
Exactly.
Shelby.
But on the bottom of the print, it actually has it credited. So it's not like I'm trying to like steal the name credit or whatever. So and I am going to be launching Rising Tides on Indiegogo. In fact, Shelby Robertson has turned in a cover that I was excited about. So that should be debuting probably later this week. So, yep.
And this campaign has, I think it's 19 more days. Am I wrong?
I want to say 14. Like we're getting really close, and I can feel it for sure. I want to say about 2 weeks.
13 days. Yep, 13 days.
Ah, yay.
Yeah. $3,277 of a $600 goal, 58 backers, and folks, she is shipping this book. This one here, there's a PDF for this, right? Was there a PDF?
No
PDF
it's
stuff.
a physical copy.
Yeah.
I am shipping internationally
Anywhere in the
for
world.
anything that's comic size. Now, if it's the 11 by 17s, those are not going international. I just don't have the proper packing equipment to handle it for this particular campaign. But I will have an original art tier closer to the end of the campaign, which is the size of comic, and I do have the comics themselves and the blank variants available, so that if you would like a custom piece of work, you can have it to your heart's desire. And like I said, I only got that one restriction. Anything else goes.
Very cool. And yeah, I mean this book looks is an art book. And April's done a lot of stuff. She's a little too modest. She doesn't tell a lot of the work. She's had her head down the last couple of years just drawing.
I have. I've been focusing a lot in the Southwest, in the Phoenix, Las Vegas, Hawaii, and like that area. And I've just recently moved to Texas, so I'm just starting to grow some roots here, and I'm hoping to do more Midwest shows and whatnot. When I worked for Heroic Age Studios, we were doing color separations for DC, but it wasn't under my name. It was under a company name. So it's really hard to like sit there and boast, oh, I did this one page in Hour Man. I did this 2 pages in Wonder Woman. It's really hard to piece seal it out like that.
You need to hang with people I know.
Huh?
You need to hang with people I know.
Oh, well,
Sorry.
But it is a really neat perspective to see what it's like on the back end of professional comics, and know that I really want to be in the front end of it. Yeah, I don't know. I really like creating stuff. I really like pushing the envelope. I've broken in a little bit to doing sketch cards, and sketch cards are cool, but they're so small, and I want to do a little bit bigger as my game. So I've done a couple of illustrations for books. I've gotten to do some indie created comics, and what's really awful about doing indie comics is that sometimes they never get published. So it's really hard to say, oh yeah, I've done 5 books, but only one of them has actually officially been published. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I've actually finished 2, and one of them's off. Like they had to switch colorists, so it might come out later this year. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's neat. Like I love doing comic art. I love doing pop culture stuff. Like I'm at that age now where I'm not trying to break in to be Michael Turner. I just love it when people start comparing my work to his. Like I literally, like, my heart flutters. Like there's no greater high than being excited or even in the shadows of somebody that I personally admire. So even Mark Silvestri was kind enough to come by and check my table and say that I was kind of legit. I nearly fainted, I swear to God. It's cool, talking to him. But I mean, that's a pretty high accolade. Like I don't know. Like I'm pretty damn humble, but like that's freaking awesome. It just my heart.
That is April Rayna's Rising Tides over on Kickstarter. Go over there and check that out, ladies and gentlemen. It will be up there for just a couple more days. Then when it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone.
Gone forever.
What's our radio number?
Randy, we are at 78,104 people listening. Thank you guys, Indie Vote Radio. Also, another announcement real quick before we move to Brian's stuff is that we're going to due to some new technical stuff, we're going to be able to live stream on Indie Vote TV very soon.
Ooh, wow.
So we'll be live streaming to Indie Vote TV at the same time very soon here. We'll let everybody know when that's starting too. So now you won't be able to chime in the chat, unfortunately, but you can.
That's pretty impressive. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you can. It'll be a section that is say, hey, you can watch what we're doing live right now. So it's that kind of like that hot now light that goes on the Krispy Kreme. You'll see that. Hey, we're live now. Go watch what we're saying. Well, we can't get kicked off the internet. I want to now. This next project is from Brian, and Brian has been someone who's been making art that sometimes makes me question if I should be drawing still, because his book Staunch Ambition. I have the print, and it was. I remember the print caught my eye, and it bothered me that I forgot to get it. And I remember messaging him like, Brian, can I come get that print, please? And he finally, I went to a convention and he saved me one. And so it's very shiny print. It's gorgeous print. The paper is shiny. It's not chrome. The paper is shiny. It looks really awesome. But here is Staunch Ambition. And Brian, should I play the video? Or you want to talk about it first?
It's up to you, man. I mean,
let me play the video. Let me play the video here.
Hello, all you beautiful independent comic book fans. It's Brian Lau, and I'm back at it again with Staunch Ambition's epic double-sized issue 4.
Mind-bending. Chemistry.
If you're new to Staunch Ambition, this is the perfect time to come aboard. Because now you can get the full Season 1 story either as individual issues or the combined 128 full-color remastered trade. This trade's going to come with everything. You're going to get the full story, you're going to get all of the standard and variant covers, remastering the lettering, the dialogue, the color, you get bonus material, beautiful new wraparound cover. And if that wasn't enough,
hey, it's Leah. You may know me as Eden Hawkins from Netflix's Lock and Key, but I'm incredibly excited to partner with Brian over at Staunch Ambition to bring you music, a little bit different from what Eden Hawkins is typically used to. I'm also incredibly honored to be illustrated as Commander Rael, and I'm very excited for you all to watch the series, and you got to read the series because it's a comic book. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed Staunch Ambition and the music that I am working hard to put together for it. And make sure to share it with your friends and family and fellow comic book lovers. And let's get this thing off the ground and up into outer space. It was so cheesy, but it worked. Okay, bye.
Wow.
Yeah.
And as always, I want to offer you Kickstarter supporters a version of the book that no one else can get outside of Kickstarter. We have the variant cover of issue 4. These are numbered and they're only available during the campaign. So make sure you pick up a copy before the campaign ends. We also have a few left of the previous issues. Those will only be available on the add-ons after the campaign when you're filling your reward out. In fact, if there's any item that you wish was in your rewards, you'll have the opportunity to add it after the campaign. I want to give a special thanks to all my loyal and patient fans. After issue 3 of Staunch, I changed gears and I did this one-shot graphic novel, True Stories from Real Detroit Firefighters, called Inferno City Firehouse. If you don't have a copy of it, I highly recommend picking it up in this Kickstarter. I have some exciting movie news that I'm going to be able to share with you soon as I get permission. So stay tuned.
Ooh.
Thank you for checking us out and all your support. Take care. If that wasn't wow.
Very cool. Oh, why don't I always close
it was torture to make that video. So I had to get up every time I messed up, and I had my phone duct taped in an angle, and I had to press the button, and then I deleted it right away because I didn't want to have to go through it all later. Yeah, exactly.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to not share the screen. Hold on. There we go. All right.
Back to the screen.
Yeah. $3,055 of a $4,321 goal. So a little bit more to go before you're fully funded on this, but you got 15 days. So you got a lot of time. 57 backers. Now this is everything. So you're going to be able, you can buy the whole series right now.
Yes, this is like, I mean, this is the perfect time because I've been working toward this for, quite a while now.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got all season 1 issues are about, like, issue 4, I decided to do a double size issue to wrap season 1 up. So if anyone has all the single issues, they can just get the next issue 4. And you can also, like I said, get the full, we're remastering issue 0, the preview issue, and 1 through 3. I've been doing this for a while, so you learn a lot, and I'm working with a great editor now. So that's exciting. And that music in my trailer, and obviously Halia is working on a new song, but I have original music written for the books. So I love music, and I love movie scores. I love all music, but I just dreamed of, I took some of my melodies and had people actually produce it because I'm terrible at music, but I've written a couple melodies and dreamed of musicians really producing it into something. So this is exciting to have her on board doing a new song, and I'm going to be working on a new trailer with her song as soon as she gets it past the demo stage to the next level. So, yeah, I don't know. There's samples of the music down. That's the wraparound cover, and of course, there's going to be a poster version of that art. That's drawn by one of my main artists, Erwin Arosa, who also did the layout or the pencils inside of Inferno City Firehouse. Except we kept those black and white because that's a gritty story. But Erwin Arosa's pencils, that's Halia on the cover as well, and on the back there, and then. I did the colors for that. I don't do a lot of the art, but I'm too busy overseeing it all, writing it, marketing it. It's you guys know how much work it is, but doing the videos, building the Kickstarter, the animation, like that picture below is the beginning double page spread, and that's animated. So it might have cycled through its animation already. So.
You mentioned that you're going back and remastering it. So and whenever people say remastering, but a lot of us have a different idea of what that actually means. So for you, what's going to be different in the remastered version?
Well, one of the things is there's going to do some. The biggest thing is going to be the lettering layout. So like I'm lettering it, and I started lettering these years ago, and like I said, you learn a lot. And then I also have an editor. Usually my editors weren't giving me feedback on lettering layouts. So my new editor here for this issue 4 in trade is going and giving me even more ideas with how to do the lettering layout, some of the dialogue. And I want to go in on some of the original art and kind of just add some colors, because I did have that issue where an artist dropped out on me. Tyler Thaw, who started the book off. Amazing art, and the way he dropped out was it kind of works in a story because my book deals with the supernatural. Like, what if in our future we entered the supernatural through advanced technology? Well, it's funny when he dropped out. It's when Neil Anderson started doing it, and he's got these really fluorescent, supernatural colors, and that's when the supernatural picked up in the storyline. So it kind of fit there. But I still do want to go in and do a little bit of just subtle touch-ups to mesh that together as well. So, and we're working hard on the remastered, so it's going to be really, it's not like just little touches. I mean, we're really scrutinizing it and making it even more professional.
It's funny. A lot of people, they always say the one thing they want to go back in and do is fix the lettering. I know a first-time creator who told me, I'm going to do my own letters. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, I'm going to do my own. I'm like, please talk to people who letter first. Go, let's go. Well, letters cost too much. I understand, but please just go talk to people who letter and let them like kind of just give you a feel for what you're doing. Because I've seen some other people letter and they think they did a good job, and you're like,
there's some really bad lettering. I wouldn't think my lettering's like really bad at all. It's just there's some we're just making it where there's just better eye flow, and there's it is better. And I am a little embarrassed, like, wow, why didn't I do that the first time around? But you got to learn, man. If I waited until I was a pro, and my day job, I don't do lettering, but I do technical illustrations and manuals of how to build vehicles or whatnot, service vehicles, and you have to know design and how to tell a story and how make it readable. So I was drawing from that, but I've even learned more. And then Steve Cole, my new editor, is just he's really helping me out too. So
a good editor can't, they're worth their weight in gold. The phrase asks, what's the Venn diagram for? No, it's the MasterCard logo. Because I'm running out of ideas of logos to parody. He's talking about the screen for today's show. It's one of those things that we I keep stealing ideas. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna steal an idea for this. I'm getting accused of stealing ideas. I might as well do it. I'll steal parodies. I parody logos now. It's just something we do on the show. This looks fantastic. And but again, Brian, also someone I'm used to turning out fantastic work. The Staunch Ambition covers themselves are always, in my opinion, works of art. I'm always looking at the covers and saying, man, this needs to be a poster. And you do have a lot of them as prints. This cover
every cover I have offered as a print.
Yeah. I really like I have this one here, the purple one, as a big shiny print. It's gorgeous. Oh, I think it's a little bit oversized. So I don't think it's 11 by 17, is it? Is it bigger than that?
18 by something? Maybe?
Yeah.
And that's Clayton Crane did that cover. He actually did the cover to my Inferno City Firehouse as well. And I'm a huge fan of Clayton Crane. And I got Freddie Williams did my pencils and ink wash for this issue 1, and then Koi Pham I worked with, on the preview issue there. You can see all three of the guys there, but a huge fan of all three of them. But Clayton was one. It was awesome to work with him because I was just straight up a big fan of him.
And
then yes, I got these are the guys who did my variant. So like I said in the video, I always offer a version of the book that you can only get through Kickstarter because that's how I can be an independent creator. So I have these numbered variants, and you only get them through Kickstarter. So I have Jeff Von Buskirk and J. David Ramos and Derek Stevens doing some cover art for issue 4. So yeah, there's the guy running me through the ringer with the editing.
Hey, listen, a good editor, I'm telling you, I've seen some editors
he's good. Yeah. Well, I do the same thing. I'm an artist, so when I have my artist draw, I know I'm sure a lot of writers are a little hesitant maybe to scrutinize the art too much. But as an artist, and I wrote it, it's like going back and forth. I keep every progression of every page, and you can just see from beginning to end. I always wonder, like, I don't want to be like too picky or just like it's got to be this way because I prefer it. You know, you got to be open to interpretation, which I am, but at the same time, I always question how am I enough open to interpretation? Well, but the thing is it's always been each page has gotten better, and I can not only can I dish it out, but I can take it. I'm finding, so it's a good thing. So because I want it to be pro. I mean, I'm honestly not spending all this time, not getting any sleep, working on this. I want to be proud of it. So we do our best.
Now there seems to be some original art down here too. But well, actually, let's talk. You
and
got,
commissions.
Yeah. You got Leah Jones in there. How did that come about?
I was on a podcast. I'm friends with a Three Geeks podcast, and these guys know I was a fan of the Lock and Key show, and I was watching it with my daughter. I thought it was just fun, and he's like, "Hey, man, we're going to be interviewing Leah Jones. Do you want to be on the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I'll be on the show, just for fun, And I had a couple questions, and then I was really frustrated because I wanted to do new music for this next issue, and I have a sad story that I had a friend who was a guitar player, singer, and we were really close in high school. And I looked him up, tried to find him for years after, and I hadn't seen him for like 30 years. And we were friends because we worked at the same place, and we both into Queensryche. And I went to go see Jeff Tate with my brother or my son and my sister. And I see him there, and it's like, holy crap! I thought you might have died or whatever. I hadn't seen you forever. So we were gonna hook up and do music, a new song, and COVID hit, and we talked on the phone a few times, and I was supposed to go see his son wrestle, all this stuff. Couldn't do it because of COVID, and then he died of a heart attack, and that's where I was at when I was on this podcast. And it kind of, obviously it hurt. I'm just like reunited with my friend. Talked to him like 3 times on the phone. And it was so exciting. We're going to work on new music. And that's where I was at. But Leah on the podcast talked about where she's like, doing music and stuff. And I was just jumped all over like, I'm looking for some new music. And she said, sent me an email. And so we've been going back and forth. So
that's pretty cool. And so now she's the face of one of the characters here.
Yeah, Rio, talk about a redheaded white.
Yeah. That's where you get to wear redhead.
Genetic engineering in the future, so that's why why it's like.
But Brian, this is what I'm talking about. Look what you've done. You a man after my own heart. You've already locked her in for the movie now. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's why I that was my idea. I was like, well, what if you did the character because she actually fits the look. She's blonde, but at the same time, she could play the character, Riel, like a badass Commander Riel Avila. She's just with an attitude. Like it's funny on Lock and Key, she's such a bitch. Her character is just terrible, and she's just the nicest person. Like it's so funny to watch how different she is from the character. So, but she could she could play the role. She looks the part.
So are you gonna go? Is that going to change? Has her appearance inside the comic changed any, or is it still the same?
No, inside the comic's done. All the pencils are done. We're just wrapping up the colors right now, and I couldn't be happier with how this book's turned out story-wise. The pencils and the colors. Irwin's amazing. I got Neil Anderson and Bunny working on the colors, and so it's. It's been a long time coming for this, trade. This 128 page. I'm gonna have some extra, bonus material in there. What I love as an artist is the behind the scenes, not only the final product, but how was it made. So I have some extra room in there to throw some stuff in there on the making of it. I do have stuff like that in my preview issue. So I love that. Sometimes it's better than the actual final product.
Yeah. I was telling my son the other day, it was about we were talking about DVDs, and I said, man, when the early days of DVDs, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was so long ago. But I remember the special features, and I remember buying DVDs just for the special features.
No doubt.
I'd run home and put those in there. I want to see how they did this. And I remember when the Masters of the Universe DVD was released. I was outside of the mall. Waiting for the mall to open so I can go on FYE and pick it up, because I had
Wow.
read the special features list, and I knew there's director's
Yep.
commentary and there's some behind the scenes thing. But I was most excited for the director's commentary because I wanted answers.
Yes.
And I knew that director's commentary will provide that Masters of the Universe movie. I need to know why there was no Orko. I had a lot of questions that I knew the director would answer, and he did. He didn't disappoint. He didn't disappoint. The director's comment. My wife, my wife has gotten used to me watching movies with any type of television with closed captions on. She's gotten used to that.
I'm tossing around the idea of doing a commentary as a stretch goal. Maybe I'm not sure, but just to go through and talk about what like that. A lot of people who are comic creators like to hear that kind of stuff. I know I do. So you get a little insight of how the struggles, or how this page turned out completely different than you expected, or who knows.
It seems like streaming has really killed that now.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can see how it could have changed things a bit. Where did I see that? I seen some art down here, some commissions.
All the way down, past the Nightcrawler.
Okay. Sold out.
Yeah, there's stuff selling out. So yes, I've got some original commissions and original pages you can get. Before we get there, though, if you go to the Kickstarter and you're curious about the original music, scroll down, and each one of these has a sample of some of the music. So like this is our trailers from my previous Kickstarters, and all that's music that I give when you buy the book. And the music is just added bonus. The comic is the product. The music is just to complement it. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
everyone I know. The Tales of Nocturna. They've got Matt Knowles. He's got a soundtrack for his. They've actually got vinyl albums, and I'm like, everyone's doing music now. So not to be outdone, I dropped a rap track the other day. I don't know if you guys caught that. Do up that sweet rap track. Now I'm gonna start dissing people in raps now. You wait. I got that. I love this cover right here. This one here with her with the red hair.
Yeah.
The red animal.
That's Freddie Williams, and then I did the coloring.
That's gorgeous.
And then that one on the left of it, if you scroll up, that's one of the that's like the original piece. So he's looking at the Earth. That's Azarus, the character. He's like a genetically engineered worker clone that they make in a future with no sexual organs, and they're like a mix between human and animal. So, and that energy flying around is like your soul or your thoughts, or so. But if you go down, you can see some Koi Fam and Freddie Williams are also offering. You can do a Skype with me if you wanted to talk with me about comic creating. There's Koi Fam, amazing artist, and he's offering. So his are selling out. I think I got one left. It's kind of weird. I got one left of each right now. So so he's doing, I think, one head commission left to snag up, and then there's maybe one more body of any, whatever you want. Someone messaged me, he's like, hey, can I send a picture of someone, and then you can do it? And I asked Koi, and he's like, yeah, sure. So I was like, sounds like a nice gift.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's and let me scroll down here. Okay, there's Freddie Williams.
Oh yeah, Freddie's amazing.
Yeah,
he's a great guy. Like we had that one question about working with idiots or whatever, but I mean, Freddie Irwin became a great friend. I've been working with him years. Irwin is the nicest guy, and for I've ever worked with, or that I just know. He's just so nice. So, I mean, so people, if you're supporting this, I mean, the Inferno City Firehouse profits, 20% of that goes to people struggling with PTSD or depression. We committed to doing that because that book deals with real firefighters and real situations, from my grandfather to my childhood to firefighters I know and ride-alongs I did with firefighters. Yeah, there's some epic commissions Freddie did. Man, I love that Venom. I mean, they're all good, but that Venom's badass.
I'm looking at the Wolverine there. I
know, it's so good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
He's such a good artist. I mean, he's big too. In fact, when I was doing the research, all the research I did, I went to the library and I was something called like How to Do Digital Comics the DC Way. And that, I read it, and I hooked up with Freddie to do the cover, and he was the guy who wrote that book. I was like, what? I read your book when I was researching. In fact, Clayton Crane, when I went to the store to kind of just find some sci-fi books to kind of study before I was doing my book, I picked up Rye from Valiant Comics, and that's Clayton Crane did the covers and the interiors, and I was like studying his panel layouts, and that guy's just brilliant. Knows how to tell stories.
I'm a big Wolverine fan, so I've for some reason I have a Mike Turner Wolverine poster right above me. It's like my two worlds collide. It was great. Mike Turner and Wolverine can't get any better than this. Oh, there it is. Now, is that available? That piece there?
Yeah, that's the original issue 1 cover by Freddie Williams. I have that in my portfolio right over here next to me. So, and his stuff sells for quite a bit online. So that's actually a pretty good price. And then I have original concept art there. Some of them are sold. So there's some original concept art from Irwin that's still available. There's some other concept art. What I used to do before I actually had the book produced, I would just get different artists to do their version of my my one main character there. So it's always interesting to see their version of your character. So there's some original pages. So from preview issue 1, 2, or 3. So yeah, it's exciting. I mean, it's obviously such a grind, but it's so fun when you get through it and you actually have that product.
Oh yeah, or when you get through and you have to work on anymore. Oh God, it's great. I wouldn't know what that's like though. I haven't drawn anything in like 3 weeks.
I was going to say, you just got done doing a couple covers.
Yeah.
There's a bonus. Go back up a little, and that's just a bonus tap dance killer with certain reward tiers. Another bonus, cross promoting with other independent creators. That's Ted Secura, who's like brilliant.
Yeah.
And so at a certain reward tier level and up, that just comes with it. I am not charging extra for it. He's not charging me like the one guy was saying. It's just a way to cross promote. So he can grow his audience, and then they get something awesome. And I mean, his stuff is just, I could see movies being made of his stuff because it's just so like right on, like something I want to watch.
Yeah, that looks. Ted's been on the show when
he's cool.
I'm a fan of Ted's stuff as well. His tap dance killer, his character punchline there.
Yep.
Apama. Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah, and he's going to be offering in one of the stretch goals a couple of my preview issue and stuff.
So you've got. Let's see. Let me go back up here and look. You got $3,055, guys. Let's make this happen for Brian. $4,321. What he's looking for over here on Kickstarter. Let's get it up there for him. This is a good book. I've got issue 1. I like it. I've got issue 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, and 3. So I might just go ahead and grab that trade so I can have it all. And now with Khan's coming back, you can take it up to Brian and have him sign them.
Oh no, I'll sign them. No, I sign them unless someone tells me not to. I had one guy who was like, "I don't want you to sign them." I'm like, "Oh, geez, okay." But
some people feel like they're gonna read them. They don't want, or they're,
I don't know. I was like, fine, yeah. If you want, you don't want me to sign it, that's fine. But the thing is I'll sign them. You order them from Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
So,
guys, go over there and make this happen. Staunch ambition for our real listeners. That's STAUNCHAMBITION. Staunch Ambition, issue 4, full trade, a supernatural sci-fi over on Kickstarter. Go check that out. Yeah, it's sorry, I just noticed my camera was still off. Critical Blast says a good letterer won't be noticed. Yeah, RoboComics says lettering is one of the cheaper things you can do for your comic. Lettering is a fine art and is a small investment that makes your book look sleek. Yeah,
Yeah, that is true. And also, I think that what we have to realize when you're getting a letterer is that
The what?
it's time to open the Indie Vote Vault.
Oh, okay.
It's time to open the Indie Vote Vault.
How
What are we
does
giving
that
away?
apply to letterers?
Yeah, what are we giving away? What are we giving away? We're giving away.
Is it letterers?
Huh?
It's a sample of fonts.
We're
The
giving
letter
away
F.
letterers.
We're giving away Femme Finale. Femme Finale. We're giving it away, folks. Femme Finale. That's right. That's right. That's right. Femme Finale. Look at that. Look at that artwork. Look at that artwork. It's a comic book. And I tell you what, the first person that tells me in the chat, the first person who tells me who created Femme Finale, Indie Vote will send them this book. Who's the creator of Femme Finale? Quickly, quickly, quickly.
Marion Grant? I don't know.
It is not Marion Grant. You guys aren't able to compete. You guys aren't in the you guys aren't on the show.
Fair.
Yeah, it's not fair. But yeah, Femme Finale, go check that out. We're giving away a copy of that, and it also comes with some stickers and a button.
Extra goodies.
Yeah, extra
It
goodies.
comes with whatever is right in your view right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got a pin I haven't put on my hat yet. Oh, it comes with this pin.
Yeah, it's like the
It's used Sharpie.
I remember they had a joke about that on the radio. Like, what's my pocket? What's my pocket? I've got $8 in my pocket. $8 in my pocket. No, it's this is sent to us to give away. So Femme Finale. No, not me, Jennifer.
Bag in
Not
the bag,
me.
or you take it out of the bag and put it in the bag.
Not me. I'm not the creator of this one. Femme Finale. Over. Go check it out. First person tells me who created it, gets it. Says put your answer in the chat. Even if we're off the air. If no one gets, if you're watching this later and you don't see anybody putting the answer up, put it in the chat. First person that says who it is successfully and they're right gets the book. Yeah. So we come to 2 hours. We're 2 hours, guys.
2 hours.
2 hours.
The end of the show.
Yes, it is. And it is not here.
I gotta go. There's tornadoes that are touching down, and I'm gonna watch the news. So, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Have a great
Charge
night.
your battery backups.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take care, April. Good
Bye.
luck.
We'll see you later.
See ya.
Good luck. I
You
like
can
how
find her at April Reina on every social media.
I like how April was still like apologetic because tornadoes were touching down.
Yeah.
Like, sorry guys,
I gotta run. Tornadoes are touching down.
Yeah,
I'm being sucked up by a tornado. I gotta go, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes, be safe. So anyway, let me know in the chat, guys. Femme Finale, who is the creator of that comic, and Indie Vote will send it to you for free. Remember, whenever you see that Indie Vote bump, you never know when it's gonna play. Whenever you see that, we got to give away something free. So yeah, if it's to be safe, Brian, where can our listeners find you?
In my backyard, usually. No, I'm kidding. Staunch Ambition pretty much is my main website, and I got links to my social media. I do have a website for Inferno City Firehouse, but Staunch Ambition has both products on there. And I have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for both of the books. So each book has its own separate social media account. So it's either Staunch Ambition or Inferno City Firehouse.
Cool.
And check out the Kickstarter.
Check it out. Again, Staunch Ambition over on Kickstarter. We'll post the link in the chat too as well.
Thank you.
In the description of the video. Mr. Lyman, where can they find you at, sir?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Well, guys, you can find me at Art of Josh Lyman on all the primary social medias. FYI, I am kind of taking a break up until, June, July, August, whenever I feel like it, basically.
September.
I'm thinking August, just because I want to launch my book at that point, and then I'll start posting a little bit earlier prior to that. So I'm excited about those. Oh, by the way, spoilers. I have 2 books that will be launching in August. So,
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
hard.
Well, then I got a third one for some dinosaur dude, but that's another topic.
Dreaded Dinosaur. Where can they find you at?
You can find me at Dreaded Dinosaur on all the social medias, at least the ones that matter. If you're on some social media and you look up Dreaded Dinosaur and I'm not there, it don't matter.
I want Pharaoh to come back.
There are a few copies left of the first printing of Roddy Piper Kilted Avengers. You can get them on Pro Wrestling Tees. So make sure you head over there and get your first edition, because there's changes that got made to the second edition. Second printing is well underway, and hopefully by the time the shows are in full force, I'll have second edition at my table. But there's just a few of these first editions left, so make sure and get it, and then come back at you next Monday for It Came From Webtoon, where hopefully Varian will feel well enough to join me. If not, Randy can pinch hit. He proved that yesterday, and we'll be looking at some webcomics, tell you what's good, and look them over, and judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. Again, I intend to be back there next Monday, but health. If only I can get healthy. That's all I'm asking for. Mr. Zim, how about you, sir?
You can find me on Facebook under Randy Zimmerman, on Twitter under Randy Zim. I'm not up there very often, but if you do, I'm Randy Zim over there. Arrow 4.0, Arrow Comics 4.0, you can find on Facebook. You can find it on YouTube. We'll be putting up some new content here shortly as soon as I catch up to the stuff I'm working on now. There is a link tree now that has all of the Arrow Comics different links. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter as Arrow Comics 4.0. Make sure you go over there and like those and pay attention to those. We'll be doing some great book announcements. We haven't announced everything that we're coming out yet, obviously, since Eric's just throwing art up there that nobody's from books that nobody's seen. We've got a lot of stuff coming. So
I got this Alice in Wonderland book I can bring up for you.
No, don't know that yet. No,
this is coming too.
You're not working,
and it's going to get redrawn, so it's better.
Randy, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
When did you get tech savvy enough to handle to Twitter and all that stuff, man?
I'm getting people. I'm trying to stretch. I'm trying to. We're growing, is what it is. Arrow Comics is expanding, and I've always been looking for help. We're doing the Revolt book that we just closed crowdfunding on. We're going to be doing as a monthly title for the direct market. We're doing a bunch of other titles for the direct market, probably about 4 a month, is what I'm looking at in starting up in August. We've already announced Hero Bot Zero, and we're taking this great book by Mr. Russ Leach called Only Death Can Save Us, and turning that into an Arrow comic for the direct market, as well as Luke Stone's Hybrids will be available starting with issue 1 as an Arrow comic through the direct market as well. We're really looking forward to expanding the line out quite a bit, and there's more stuff coming, like we've already said, or Eric's shown a little bit from, and there's more stuff than that on the way. So look for those sites for upcoming announcements. There's some great stuff coming. I'm telling you, just some absolutely cool things, and we hope that the direct market will enjoy and appreciate them. And Arrow Comics will be available through Liberty Distributors, by the way, and they will be available as soon as they're printed and in Liberty's hands. They'll be available for the retailers directly. You don't have to order the stuff in advance. You can order it, and it'll be shipped to you within the next day or so after you order it. So right?
Yeah.
There it is, Nita. Linktree, Arrow Comics.
Yep. Linktree, link, so it's linktr.ee/Arrow Comics. Nita, all on top of that one, and she's busting her butt. So
all right, we're just barely getting started. I'm throwing print files together now for books coming out in August, plus the crowdfunding book. We're grateful to everybody who backed that book. We more than passed our stretch goal. The book's going to be at least 130 pages long. I'm not even sure yet exactly where the page count's going to fall, but it'll be at least 130, and it's going to be a great product when it comes out. Can't wait to see it. So we should have some more news on that going to the printers here, hopefully within a week or so. So I think that's it. Other than that, I'm part of the Indie Volt Radio Network, and Varian and I should be back Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for Breakfast Buzz, hopefully, right?
Yep. We'll be back here Thursday morning for Breakfast Buzz, and then
Wednesday, is there going to be a Geekgasm?
Right now there is. She's medicating to make sure she feels better. So we'll see what happens.
Wednesday night at 9 p.m. There'll be a Geekgasm. Thursday morning at 9 a.m. There's a Breakfast Buzz. Then Friday.
What do we have on Friday?
Nothing.
Oh, is Backer Shots on Friday? Or is it
Backer
Saturday?
Shots is on Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
You guys
Backer
are
Shots on Saturday. Pitches Be Crazy on Saturday afternoon at 2:30.
And then Special Issues returns this Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, the Sunday Special Issues. We'll be talking about some very important things. We're gonna be talking about what happens when two creators have falling out over a property, and both of them still want their money from it. So we'll be looking at that, and there's a couple other things that are happening too. So I'll update what's going to be happening on Special Issues at least by Thursday. So
also on Sunday morning, I do a show called Sunday Funnies, where we talk about the more lighthearted and whimsical side of comics. That's Sunday morning at 9 a.m. This week, I'm hoping to have Carlos Santini and Glenn Fleming on.
Cool.
So it'll be some really experienced folks that have packaged a lot of material in the past, and we'll go back and look at some really fun stuff. And Carlos has got a phenomenal book that everybody needs to see that's done in a great Batman animated type style that called Rammer. That's a lot of fun.
Cool. If you want to send a question in IndieVote Live at indievote.com, include IndieVote Live in the subject, and please keep those emails to 90 words or less so I can put them on a card and read them and have Randy read them. Also, if you want to join our radio listenership,
have Randy wake his wife up.
Yeah. Download the IndieVote Radio app on Google Play, Alexa. You can also ask. If you have iPhone, Streamer or the TuneIn app will allow you to listen to the music or listen to IndieVote Radio. There's also a player built into indievote.com right there on the main page. You can go down and check out the music. IndieVote TV over on Roku, it's free. A lot of independent movies and television shows that it's all independently made. Wrestling, some long form IndieVote content. Special Issues is also coming to the network. Looking forward to having that up there too. IndieVote TV on Roku and Roku enabled devices. Again, we mentioned it earlier. If you guys are looking to get Gemini mailers, please go over to when you go to GeminiComicSupply.com, use code VOLT10 VOLT10 to get 10% off your order, which that's more money in your pocket to make sure those books go out there and arrive to your customers in pristine condition. Also, IndieVoteAwards.com. Make sure you're submitting your book to IndieVoteAwards.com. September 18th is the show. We are looking forward to having a live audience there. Looks like that's going to actually be able to happen. So we're excited about that. So,
awesome.
So to go to IndieVoteAwards.com, submit your book today. We are getting about 2 weeks out from the next deadline. We're in the regular deadline. So there's a small submission fee. It's $5 per book, $1 per category you wish to put your book into. But all of that money, those fees go to help Autism Speaks. So that's we're looking forward to being able to help them as well as have this event. Remember, everyone, this award show, Randy keeps saying it and he's drilled into me now. It's not a popularity contest. It is an award show built on based on merit and actual quality of the books. We got a lot of fantastic entrants already. So make sure that you're up there. That you're one of them. IndieVoteAwards.com to get your book recognized. September the 18th is the show. It will be a live show. We will have tickets available for people who want to attend. But it'll also be streaming on Facebook and Twitter as well. Facebook and YouTube, said Twitter. Facebook and YouTube, it'll be streaming live, so you can check it out there too. But please do, if you can make it, we love to have you. Tickets will be going on sale very shortly for that as well. And that's it for us, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Let's get out of here. I will take us out, Randy.
You sure?
Yep. Here we go. Everybody have a great weekend. Try to remember to leave this industry a better place than you found it.
Please.
See you soon.
Take care. Stay healthy.
Bye.
we've accomplished.
Comics are awesome.